Hello, I just wanted to give you a first update actually on this 6-week reset, because I also just realized while introducing the 6-week reset to you that the first week of our reset will be the week of Easter. The thing is, for us that means that our baby girl is only from Monday to Wednesday in the kindergarten, and I have to take care of her and spend time with her, which I obviously do love, on the full days of Thursday and Friday. Obviously, of course, also on the weekend. On the weekend, we also have some guests here for our Easter brunch, and things will be a little bit different than they usually are. So I'm also working on creating systems for myself to be able to actually reach my goals and not like only dream about them. So let's go through our 3 areas, our 3 topics for our goals for the 6 weeks. Just a reminder, we have as our goal, of course, our YouTube channel, plural. We actually do have 2 channels, or I do have 2 channels. Number 2, fitness and health, and number 3, home projects. Let's start with the YouTube channel. One thing I would advise to everybody, do not start with 2 channels. Do not start with 2 channels. It puts you on a lot of pressure, but I feel like that's obvious, so I will skip to the next part already. What I also feel like no one is really talking about in this how to start a YouTube channel, etc. Everyone is, of course, saying the simple part of you just need your smartphone to start vlogging, to start recording, etc. Which is right. My very first nemesis I had was actually storage. Because when I started to film in 4K, because everyone is saying you kind of have to film in 4K, just edit it with a free software and upload. Go, 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 go. But it depends, of course, maybe on which software you're using to edit your videos. You are generating huge files, right? So my smartphone has like over 500 gigabytes of storage, and my laptop has like 250. But I never had issues with storage because I'm not the person who is creating a lot of photos, a lot of data, actually. Somehow I never had to use external SSD or something to archive my content, my private content, so to say. Even though, of course, now with baby girl we are making multiple and hundreds of photos every single day. That obviously changes too if you are becoming a parent. But I was never a person who liked to photograph herself, so my camera roll is very, very boring. And I was not expecting how huge those files get, because sometimes I actually do have files, including the editing files, but then suddenly you get a notification from your laptop, Final Cut Pro is closing, or OBS, when I filmed my Let's Play, I'm closing because there's no storage left on my computer. And I was like, what the heck? Where did these... Where's my storage gone? And suddenly I had files and folders with over 200 gigabytes of data. And I was like, wait, what a second. So what I wanted to say is, even though this is a not very sexy topic, you need to think about your storage. That was my very first nemesis, and I did not expect this. So this is why I got, let me get it for you. To solve this problem, I got this 2 terabyte Crucial X10 Pro portable SSD, and you can see it's tiny, right? It's the size of my palm. It's tiny, and it's actually quite nice to the touch. and it's beautiful. You can attach it to your smartphone if it uses USB-C. You can attach it to your computer, obviously, etc. And then you can start editing and do everything on the SSD. So this product is really something I can recommend by heart. Yes, it's expensive. I will show you here the Amazon link. Obviously, you can buy any SSD you want to, but I took the jump because the 2 terabyte version was not much more expensive than the 1 terabyte version. Everything at the beginning felt so hard because I was always attacked and harassed by these notifications. You no longer have enough storage to continue. And this really solved it. So highly can recommend. Think about your storage solution. But another very interesting part of the YouTube starting series was that I actually started to see opportunities and ideas and inspiration everywhere. Like, hey, I could film while walking. Hey, I could film about that. Hey, would that look interesting if I would do it this way? Even consuming YouTube videos has now changed for me, which is so crazy because I obviously watched YouTube a long time now. So that is so interesting. That is a very interesting part. So a very positive one because I absolutely feel enriched. It's so hard to explain. It's so hard to explain. You look at the world differently. I'm not trying to over-exaggerate those kind of thoughts, but it's really what I wanted to share. You are seeing things differently. You are watching movies differently because you're like, oh, how did they do this kind of cut? Or how did they compose this kind of scene? So that's super interesting and very enriching to your life. So highly can recommend. You don't have to publish your YouTube videos, but just trying. Awesome. Another thing I feel like people are not talking enough is what makes starting YouTube videos so hard is that you are starting to learn from scratch multiple things at the same time, because you are starting now as a file manager, for example. You are a manager. Suddenly you are a manager. Then you have to start to learn about cutting and producing and lighting, like how a camera works and framing, etc. Then you are getting the new role of a cutter, right? Like an editor. This is also the same role. Then you are learning new tools from scratch, like editing photos for the thumbnail, which is a completely new topic. People are doing this for their main job, and you just start this by the side, right? So one of the biggest hindrances with starting YouTube is that you are clashing. Is that the right word? I guess so. You are clashing with the need of knowledge of so many new things. What is new? Camera is new. Framing is new. Lighting is new. Audio is new. I never thought about the microphone quality or in which room would it be best to record things, right? Because in the bathroom, obviously, you have a different sound than sitting in your living room. Can you just record when you're outside and it's windy? No, I tried one of those cuts and it's bad. And then when you have all the materials, then you start a new tool. In my case, it's Final Cut Pro. But it's not done with Final Cut Pro because you also need a thumbnail. And then you need music, maybe background music. So you're getting into these topics. But then you also need to create a thumbnail. So you are now an editor for pictures. You're a script writer. And now I understand why people are saying if you start, you need to have the skill or the mindset to love learning. Usually I am the person who likes to learn, who loves to learn, who admires to learn. That was a little bit too much, but I think you get the point here. But still, at some points, I got so frustrated. It haunts me. Nowadays, we have the great opportunity, or an amazing option to use ChatGPT because, or any other AI tool, because the amount of questions I ask ChatGPT, how to do this, how to check the audio, where can I see, what is a good scale for the decibels, right? Where should be my voice? At which range should be the background music? I asked all these questions, and I wasn't expecting to use ChatGPT as much as I did. But luckily we have the tools like ChatGPT to get those questions. But still, it was eating up a lot of time, and it still is. But there is a huge advantage or a huge plus to this negative point. Your learning curve is like a straight vertical line, like no, the other side. Your learning curve is really going like whoop, straight upwards, because when I compare my first video editing, uploading, and then my second video, I already learned, hey, maybe I should give myself notes during recording to, hey, this should be at the beginning of it. Oh, I got another point for this part of the video. You start recording differently. And I already see such a huge difference between video 1 and video 2. Also in the way I am working and using those tools. At the beginning, I was like cutting each segment bit by bit. And that was ultra time consuming. And then I started to learn using shortcuts like in and out and playing forward, playing backwards, etc. Learning to understand, to orient my cutting, not by what I'm saying and just listening to it, but also by just looking at the audio waves. I'm now getting a little too technical. I'm sorry for that, but that's so exciting. That's just my journey, and that's where I'm coming from. And I just wanted to share that these can be some points hitting you as well. And now I have a better understanding why people are saying, just start. Just start with your YouTube channel, because you need to make these mistakes. Right? You need to make these mistakes yourself, because otherwise you can't prepare as much as you do. And believe me if I tell you, I watched more or less every single video about how to create and start a YouTube channel. And I'm hitting so many mistakes, which I thought I was prepared not to make them. But of course, these are the basics. You have to learn the basics. I have to learn the basics. So this was a lot of rambling about the YouTube part. That I'm literally doing a lot of mistakes. But I'm learning. To say it very shortly, I'm making a lot of mistakes, but I'm learning from them. I am able to find solutions to no longer have them, those mistakes, and to avoid them in the future. But the learning curve is amazing. It's crazy. And like I said, the way you see the world differently, really a benefit. Number 2, health and fitness. For me, my goal this week is to be consistent with my workout, which is 3 times per week, and hitting 10K steps a day, which I don't know if it will be easy or hard. We will see. But I'm not adding any more goals on that segment. So in the last few days, or in the first few days, because this is an update, I was able to hit quite a big number of steps actually, because I'm combining Pokemon Go with a walk with my daughter, and therefore we are easily hitting the 10K, which is very nice. So we are good with that part. Am I tired? Yes, because hay fever is hitting me like crazy. I'm tired, my eyes are swollen, but we're still doing the best with that. So very quick update on that one. And the area number 3 is household. This week I'm concentrating, and I'm actually successing in just have everything on level 0. Hachi. this hay fever. My main goal for home project for this week is actually just deep clean the living room. Actually, that one is easy because I'm cleaning the living room at least once a week because this is our main space. But since we are expecting guests on the weekend, this needs to be the kitchen and the living room and the entryway. Actually, they need to be sparkling, or I want them to be sparkling. So I'm not tackling any project topics, but if the main parts are the living room, the kitchen, those are the heart of our home. If these are sparkling, I can concentrate on the other parts. I assume in the week 2 to 6 I will concentrate more on specific rooms and projects, etc. But this week my goal is really to have the living room and the kitchen and the entryway sparkling and ready for Easter. So this was a quick update. Not so quick, I assume. But that's it. Yes. Thanks for listening to my rambling. It was a lot of rambling. Yeah. All right. See you next time. As I said in the beginning, I'm trying to increase my water level, and while editing, I just reminded myself to have this water bottle as my daily companion. So I will increase my water intake. So this is a friendly reminder for you as well to drink your water. Drink it. Hi, don't mind my style, editing Andrea here. I wanted to show you something. I can't believe it's happening. It's actually happening. Super excited. My first YouTube video is uploaded and scheduled for Sunday. May you have seen it already. Ooh. Hello, it's Easter Monday at, let me check, 20 minutes after 10 p.m. As you can see, I'm already ready for the bed. But I just wanted to do some smaller things for the YouTube channel. But it's, like I said, Easter Monday, and our first week is already over. For the 6-week reset, I just wanted to give you a quick update. And actually, I have to be honest with myself, I kinda expected this week to be a little slower somehow because of Easter. Due to Easter, the kindergarten was closed on Thursday and Friday, so at least 2 days I had to take care 100% of our daughter, of our baby girl. And of course then the mornings and all the time slots for these 2 days, plus on the weekend, and now also on Easter Sunday, not Sunday, obviously, on Easter Monday. Today was also a day off in Austria. But still I was able to manage to upload my first 2 videos on my other channel, on the Let's Play channel. And I'm quite excited. Let me check something. How is that even possible? I already have, in the afternoon, I had 2 subscribers. Now I have 3. Wow, I'm excited. Of course, I'm not really able to do anything with these numbers, but it's so crazy. 3 people already decided to subscribe on my channel without an icon, a description, without just the 2 videos. What I just wanted to tell you is, on one side, I wanted to give myself grace because it's Easter, it's Eastern, and things are a little different. Things are closed, and we have to prepare to meet our family and to celebrate, of course, these little times, right? So my husband actually told me something very intelligent when we discussed about at what times I will be able to work on my channel. Because of course sometimes it's best to work in the evening, sometimes it's best to work in the morning, and of course in the future I will also only be able to work in the evenings. And he said some very wise words. He told me, Andrea, you seem to have only like 2 options for your speed, for your amount of speed. It's either none, like full still stand, full stop, or 120%, which is not very economical. Can we say it like that? You always need some leeway, you always need some buffer, like extra space, extra capacity. And he said, Andrea, you should actually think like that, to not achieve like 100, 110, 120%, but actually like around 70 to 80%, because this is still progress. And he is absolutely right. So ideally, I would have uploaded already on Sunday, yesterday, on Easter Sunday, this video you're actually watching right now. But I said no. I simply said no. This world will survive with 1 more week without my videos on the main channel. But I still was able to upload 2 videos on Friday. And that's amazing. That's amazing. My first videos on YouTube, not on the main channel, on the Let's Play channel. But still, that's so cool. I have 3 subscribers. Again, for this update, I just wanted to say, I kinda expected this week to be a little slower, but still wanted to have some progress. And that's exactly what we achieved. This is perfectly fine. And I'm happy. And I'm super motivated for the next week. I'm thinking about giving myself more goals. More goals in the sense of in the week. For example, like, I mean, obviously for the Let's Play, for example, like I said, on Friday, I want to upload the Let's Play videos, and on Sunday, I want to upload the main channel videos you're watching right now. So these are my biggest priorities, my biggest goals. Fitness, I worked out today, so I'm again motivated. It's always this Monday move that I'm always motivated on Monday to have the perfect week. It's something about these Mondays and New Year. There's some different kind of energy somehow. I wasn't drinking enough water. I did get a good amount of steps, so that's all right. So maybe in this second week, but still just aiming for these 70 to 80%, but still locking in. Does it make sense? Cleaning is going quite well, actually, because we cleaned multiple times. The kitchen was a mess. I had to clean the kitchen 4 times to get it back to ground zero for Easter. Yes. Luckily, we do not have Easter every single weekend. So this, again, was something special. And it can stay like that. I just want to say, more or less, we had a good week. And that makes it perfect. Yes. I will start editing this first week update now. This first week update. And ideally, I will upload this Sunday. We'll see you then. Bye bye.